The Board of Selectmen recently held a special meeting to discuss town goals. Here's our own Steve Bagley to tell us about it.
The town manager and the Board of Selectmen have worked for weeks on the list of goals, which runs the gamut from improving the town's financial stability to keeping the Rosemary Pool operational. The Selectmen and town manager presented their list of goals and committed obligations to representatives from each of the town's boards and committees. The goals include evaluating options for increasing recurring town revenue, developing a unified management plan for town green spaces, increasing the amount of available public parking, and researching how to make town practices and operations more environmentally sound. The response was largely positive, but town officials did have some constructive criticism.
Be aware that we have information that we're happy to pass on to you. Be encouraged to ask us questions, because changes to these parts of town do change the character of the town.
I'd be remiss if I didn't put a plug in for the small bullet under continue efforts of sound economic and community development. Explore options for increasing the amount of and utility of accessible parking. Parking in this town is absolutely horrendous.
A few municipal officials praised the town for working to improve services while spending less money.
I also am glad to see that you recognize that there's a need for additional revenue resources, but I'm pleased that I'm not seeing over and over, go to the state, go to the state, go to the state. The state doesn't, as you well know, doesn't print money.
And Board of Selectmen Chair Dan Matthews acknowledged the town's bleak fiscal forecast at the end of the meeting.
We do have to think of being self-reliant. We want to avoid layoffs. We want to maintain staff. I think the points that a couple of people made about there are more requests for public services now, given the circumstances that so many folks in our community are in, that it makes a lot of sense to try to sustain those.
Goals are only words on paper. It's our ability to implement them that's going to matter, and our ability to successfully implement them is strengthened already tonight by this sense of all of us in this community coming together.
Final goals will be adopted at a Board of Selectmen meeting scheduled for Tuesday, August 11th. For the Needham Channel News, this is Steve Bagley.